145%. That's the tariff the US just slapped on certain Chinese electric vehicles. And in response, China fired back with a 125% tariff on American auto parts. This isn't a normal trade spat. It's the most intense economic clash since the Great Depression. But now, in a quiet room in Switzerland, something unusual is happening. For the first time in years, top US and Chinese officials are sitting face to face. No cameras, no press releases, just silent talks that could shift the entire global economy. And here's what no one's saying out loud. This isn't about peace. It's about survival. Because these tariffs, they're doing real damage to both sides. And the first industry to buckle? Electric vehicles. EVs were supposed to lead the future. Now they're the first domino to wobble. On May 7th, 2025, China unexpectedly agreed to hold talks. But don't mistake that for diplomacy. This wasn't goodwill. It was internal pressure. In the US, Trump's tariffs were meant to protect American workers. Instead, they're wrecking balance sheets. Ford's EV division just posted a staggering $4.2 billion loss, blaming skyrocketing battery costs caused by Chinese tariffs. Meanwhile, in Germany, Tesla's Berlin factory slashed output by 30%, again thanks to supply chain chaos. Even American farmers, Trump's base, are turning. Soybean exports to China collapsed. And when rural America feels it, Washington listens. Treasury Secretary Bazant didn't hold back. This isn't sustainable. But don't think China's winning. Their EV leaders, BYD and NIO, are bleeding too. After Europe joined the tariff fight, their stock dropped 18% in just a week. This isn't strength, it's shared desperation. And it's the reason both sides are finally talking. Publicly, China's Commerce Ministry says they won't budge. Privately, it's a different story. Behind closed doors, Beijing is quietly floating a powerful bargaining chip: rare earth minerals. Not just exotic elements, these are critical for electric vehicle motors. Right now, 92% of the rare earths in US EVs come from Chinese-controlled supply lines. Here's the pitch. If the US rolls back tariffs, China might ease rare earth restrictions. Not a peace offer, a chess move. Because while China preaches fairness, it's going full throttle to own the EV market. Look at BYD. They just launched a $12,000 all-electric car. It's already sold out in Latin America. This is economic judo, using your rival's momentum against them. And China's betting that price beats politics. Switzerland looks neutral, but that's not why it was picked. It offers privacy, not peace. Inside, two nervous delegations face off. For the U.S., Treasury Secretary Bazant and Trade Rep Greer, their line? We don't want to decouple. We want to de-risk. Translation: keep buying and selling, but cut China out of advanced tech like AI and quantum computing. On the Chinese side, Vice Premier Haley Fund came with a clear demand: cancel the incoming 200% tariff on EVs, or it's game over for China's $150 billion export plan. But here's the kicker. Nobody expects a breakthrough. This is a prelude. Talks about talks. What really matters is what happens after the handshakes. When the press is gone, the real blades come out. Now throw in a wild card: the 2024 U.S. election. Trump's team is boxed in. If they drop tariffs, they look soft. But if they stick with them, America's EV industry stalls. GM, Rivian, and others are begging for cheaper Chinese batteries. Without them, costs surge, and so do prices for American drivers. China's under pressure, too. Youth unemployment just hit 21%. Millions of young people with no job and rising anger. She needs a win, but can't afford to look weak. Both governments are doing what they do best: spinning. In D.C., compromise becomes tough negotiation. In Beijing, it's a win for global balance. And the EV sector? Trapped in the middle. Tesla's stock jumped 8% just on a rumor the U.S. might loosen lithium import rules. That's how sensitive this market is. One whisper can shift billions. This isn't diplomacy, it's poker. And the entire global auto industry is in the pot. While Washington and Beijing posture, the rest of the world is quietly rewriting the rules of the EV game. In Europe, Germany just signed a $7 billion lithium deal with Chile. That's not a coincidence. It's a move to bypass China entirely. Europe watched U.S. automakers get crushed by tariffs and said, never again. They want control of minerals, supply chains, and their future. Now look at India. They're rolling out China +1 subsidies. It's simple. If you build electric vehicles without using Chinese suppliers, India pays you to do it. They're turning this conflict into a chance to take market share from BYD and others. And they're not alone. Southeast Asia, Vietnam, even Africa. Countries are being courted with deals for minerals, factories, and roads. This isn't just East versus West. It's everyone versus uncertainty. In Taiwan, TSMC, the world's top chipmaker, isn't waiting for a shock. They're already hoarding cobalt like it's gold. Because they know the next disruption won't come with a warning. It'll hit overnight. And whoever's prepared wins. This is the silent war. No slogans, no sound bites, just nations scrambling to become more self-reliant. The EV supply chain is splintering. We're watching a global divide unfold in real time. On one side, the US and its allies, building clean tech networks with trusted partners. On the other, China, speeding up Belt and Road 2.0, cheaper, faster, and still very much in control. This isn't just about cars, it's about energy, control, leverage. Whoever wins doesn't just lead the market, they steer the global economy. Is the trade war ending? Not even close. This is just a timeout before round 2. We're entering something deeper, a fractured world where every nation is being forced to choose sides. It's not about nukes or ideology anymore. It's about chips, batteries, and critical minerals. And EVs? They're the canary in the coal mine. When Tesla starts sourcing batteries from Vietnam instead of China, when Ford builds its next plant in Poland, not Shanghai, that's not business. That's geopolitics in disguise. And China's already moving. They're flooding Mexico with ultra-cheap EVs, hoping to dodge tariffs using North American trade rules. It's smart, it's bold, and it means this war is just heating up. The age of globalization, that's over. The dream of a smooth, open global market unraveling. What's next will be messier, riskier, and driven by national interest, not cooperation. Think it doesn't affect you? Check your garage. Your car's VIN tells the story. L means China. 3 is Mexico. 1 is American made. This trade war? It's not just in the headlines. It's parked in your driveway. Drop a comment below. Should the US strike a deal or double down? Smash like if you want a breakdown on how this hits your wallet. And subscribe, because the next move, it's coming faster than you think.